That's all. We're on. Let's go. Another episode. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys sharing the time. Another dope guest on here as well. Dayannah. Um, should do I throw the nickname in?
Whatever you want to do. I'm down.
All right, so you might know her as Woody. It's crazy because we linked up in the restaurant days and serving days, and I feel like one of the first things that I noticed was like, I feel like one of the first things that I noticed that we clicked on as a human level and friend level is our energy.
Yes.
Because I feel like we have the same energy.
Yes.
Like in terms of like, all right, physically, yeah, like we can run around and whatever, but just mindset wise, right?
Yeah.
And as
Hashtag water gang.
See, am I water gang? I don't even know.
You are. You're a Cancer.
Fact. All right, now I'm probably gonna get roasted.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So now, I mean, let's jump into it with the signs and everything.
Okay.
So, do our signs is that compatible? Is that off grid? Because here's one thing. All right, we might hot take off the rip. All right. There are things that align, right? Yes. But is it 100%? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's talk about it.
Okay,
yeah,
so
let's jump into
birth charts.
Okay.
So, depending on somebody's birth chart, it can make you compatible, incompatible. Well, I don't even talking about compatibility.
So I'll say this real quick. It's not like I don't believe in it, because there's 100% times where I met somebody and they said my sign, without me even saying anything about my birthday. So like, I'm not saying like it's a scam or anything like that, but I just want to I literally am kind of ignorant to some sides of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As well as probably other people, but no, our signs are compatible though.
Yeah, I'm a Pisces.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. No, we're water gang. But
now I'm gonna say that shit and I mean it too. Water gang. You're a Cancer? Water gang. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't really even believe in compatibility. It's more of there's energies that you naturally click with. It's just gonna be easier to energetically work with people that are similar.
Facts.
So you being a Cancer, me being a Pisces, it's gonna be easier to work with. But then certain energies, you might have to learn a little bit more. So you might have to ask more questions, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? What are you thinking? Whereas there's not that intuitive oh, I just know this person.
Okay.
Oh, I just get it. So that's where that whole compatibility thing comes into play.
No, that's a very good way to break it down, because
you can work with anybody.
Yeah. All right, so another hot take question. We'll jump right into that too.
Okay.
What person have you met, right? And I know you can read energies and stuff and estimate.
Yeah.
No, and don't say this person's name. I'm not saying anything like that. You're safe. Whoever I'm talking about, you're safe. What situation, if you could recall one like that, where you were just all right, this person, they're either this or that. That's how they're acting, or that's the vibe I'm getting, or we are vibe.
You're talking about the sign?
Yeah. Where you were thinking maybe from their personality or stuff they were showing, whether it was good or bad, where you thought all right, I know this person is whatever, sign wise, and you were just wrong. Has it ever
wrong.
Whether it was good or bad.
Oh God.
Has there been a time?
I'm sure there has.
Okay.
I just can't even think about it right now.
Because I know there's some wild cards out there.
Yeah.
There's some charlatans, you know what I mean? Playing poker.
I thought you were gonna say I knew that they were that sign.
Oh, and you had it spot on?
Yeah.
So how good is the accuracy then?
It was very accurate.
Okay.
But I had to change my perspective because I started meeting people that were Cancers that I actually liked.
Okay.
Because
I see.
And
wow.
to be honest, you were the first Cancer that I was oh, I actually like this Cancer.
For real?
Yeah, you were the first one.
Did not set this question
up until
I'm gonna take the glory. And all Cancers as well. That's crazy.
Yeah.
For real? I did not know that.
Because our boss
at the time,
we had a couple at the time was a Cancer.
A bad boss.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, the bad boss.
Very bad boss.
And I was I love all of humanity. But he pushed my limits.
Oh man, I mean,
he made me not want to see the best in humanity.
Speaking on energy, that's the negative side of it. This guy, I know you're talking about. We don't even got to say the name or description. We know. I mean, when you go through life, you have certain management, and maybe you are managing, but even before you get to that, you have certain people above you and stuff, CEOs, management, all the stuff. And it really comes down. The title is just always the title, right? It comes down to who's behind the title.
Yes.
Because that's going to determine really how your lifestyle goes and like how working goes for you and everything, right? So this guy,
this particular person.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about energy. Did you know? All right, you say he's a Cancer, right? Did you know before he was a Cancer? Like, was that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then when you met me,
which was like you threw me off.
Really?
You threw me off because I was like, I actually like this person.
So
when you told me your birthday, I was like, hold up.
So
wait a minute.
So Cancers.
Back up.
So that's crazy. I asked the question. I ended up being one of the the
fucking
main example. All right. So wait, that's wild. So Cancers. All right. For you, speaking from your perspective, and if I'm wrong, tell me. Until you met me, Cancers were like they weren't doing good.
They were the most toxic people I had ever met in my life. Yeah. And yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. I love my dad. He's a Cancer. He's my prime example.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I mean,
so just to kind of give you an idea where that kind of started.
Right.
That was the catalyst, and then every other Cancer up until you.
That's wild. So I'm literally the outlier.
Yeah, I think 2016. So, because I started there 2016, so I was 25. So up until I was 25 years old, Cancers were like,
that's crazy.
Back the
I feel
up,
good.
man.
I feel good that I could have. Cancer Nation, hold on. We have a moment for Cancer Nation. There's good ones, man. That's crazy though. Wow. Yeah. That's wild. But yeah, that manager, he was when we talk about bad energy, we're not talking about hey, I don't like your shoes today, or like he's making me stay longer. No, that's not bad. Like I mean like that could suck, but that's not gonna make me call you a bad person or whatever. This was just a general, like he's just a general bad person, right? Like to the heart.
And for every woman in the industry.
Yeah.
Don't work for this man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the restaurant, working with food and working in the restaurant. So me, myself, I worked at an assisted living company for, I want to say 3 years. And I served there. Did you ever know that? That was before? Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
we talked about that.
Yeah, so started off as a dishwasher, and then I ended up serving. And that's what catapulted me into when I met you in our job, because my lead at the time, like, just because I was kind of just working, like I was young and just working, you know what I mean? Everybody, when you're young, you're just working, you might not know where you're going right immediately. And then my lead was like, you're good at this, like you should work at Olive Garden, like just randomly. And I remember I said thanks like as a compliment, but in my mind I remember I was like,
Olive Garden.
I'm working at no Olive Garden, like
I want to go work at Olive Garden.
Yeah, like I was like, it was just so random.
I'm on top of the world, Olive Garden.
Right. Like, all right, but then you know what's crazy? Like, it's one of those things where like it sunk with me and sat and resonated over time. Not even Olive Garden specifically, but like the potential that she saw in me that I didn't see.
Oh, I'm better than this.
Right. Like, wait, hold on, I can serve, like, because it's not something I was ever interested in particularly. Like, all right, let me just serve and meet all these people. And if you're a server, how would you describe serving? Like,
oh my God,
in like
it
a word?
changed my life.
For real, she's not lying.
Literally, I can't, because I was super shy before I started serving. And now I'm out here just talking to anybody and everybody on the street.
You're on the podcast.
I'm on the podcast. And I'm so comfortable.
That's a great way to put it, because
it gives you confidence that you didn't even know you had.
It does. And serving, like working with food, this is what it does. Also, you are just exposed to every walks of life.
The ugly parts of humanity.
From the beauty to the beast, literally. On every scale, because you're out there, like you're interacting with all these different families, sometimes one-on-one, all these scenarios, sometimes alcohol is involved. Like you have deep, crazy conversations, shallow, weird conversations. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then at the root of it,
but it's great.
It's great. At the root of it,
it's so much fun.
You got to try to get tips too. Like it's a crazy layered thing. And like I say all that to say, if you worked in that industry or working in that industry, you're tough as fuck, like mentally.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. We can curse. Okay.
Yeah. No. What? Okay. Oh. Yeah. Light it up. Yeah. Definitely. That's just how I've always seen it. I've always felt. Actually, my manager now, he told me something that I kind of always kind of knew, but I never had a manager tell me that.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking one day, and he was like, he pretty much was like, yeah, when I saw that you worked in the food industry, or when I see anyone works in the food industry, they're immediately like top of my call list, right?
So, yeah.
So like I, you know, what I mean, you kind of like working in, you can kind of assume that, but like to have a manager say it, I was like, fuck,
yeah.
like that's good as hell.
To be honest, that's what got me in at Comcast. But also,
right,
were you there when? We can't use names.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you don't want to put any negative light, you know.
No, he was great.
Oh, okay,
he was
okay,
great.
yeah.
And so like I loved him.
Okay.
He was the second. He became second in command at CPK.
Wait, this
Were
is
you
a
there?
good person, good guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, say it, fuck
Mustache.
it, say it, fuck it.
Mustache.
John?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
Okay,
John. Shout out to John. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a million Johns.
Yeah.
He was crazy too,
I
but he was
loved
good
him, though.
crazy. He was good crazy.
He was also an Aries.
Okay.
Oh, him and Ted were the same birthday. That's how I remember. That's why I love both of them.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
the reason
both
why
of
we didn't
them.
say the other guy's name was because like he was really wild, just off the Richter.
Yeah,
Like, no, John's good. John was crazy, but he was good.
He's freaking hilarious. But yeah, he was able to kind of get me my foot in the door, and then once I got my foot in the door, he was like, I could get you the interview, but the rest is on you.
You're talking in terms of where we worked, or after?
I started working at Comcast.
Oh, he got you in there.
He got me in there because his wife worked there. She was able to be like, hey, can we give this girl an interview? And I got the interview, and there were supposed to be 3 interviews like over the time span. I think like 3 weeks. They did all 3 of my interviews in one day.
Oh, because of him?
Because they were impressed with me from interview 1.
That's large.
And I was there for probably like 4 or 5 hours that day. I was like, can I go home? Because like I was in there answering questions, and they were like, oh, you're great. Hold on. Stay right there. I'm going to go get so-and-so.
Nice.
And then they went and grabbed somebody, and then that person then went and grabbed somebody else, and they were like, you gotta meet this girl. I was like,
you just were going up the were going up the fucking chain.
I was like, oh God, is this a good thing or a bad thing? And then I left, and I wasn't quite sure what happened, and they were like, we'll give you a call back like probably next week. Next day they were like, you got the job. I was like,
hell yeah.
What?
Hell yeah.
And it's also because surveying, and I was in because with Comcast, like you're when you start at the company, because it's so big, you start kind of in like groups. Okay. So I was in a group of like 40 people, and a lot of those people had their degrees and stuff. I didn't have my degree. I was server.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like, but they were like, oh, we figured, like, with everything that I was telling them, they were like, you have great customer skills, like, you could talk to people.
So that alone just shot you up. I mean, obviously you killed the interview, but wow, that's crazy. That's tough.
Yeah. That's what people don't know about the freaking, like,
yeah.
food industry. We're resilient.
Yeah.
We have to be, though.
You have to be.
Because you can have one bad table, but, like, you're in charge of, like, what? Like, I mean, there was one time I had freaking 16 tables at once.
Oh, that's just crazy. Hold on. So let's talk about the scale. Yeah,
right?
No, that's wild. Hold on. Let's talk about the scale. So let's say if you serve, let's say standard restaurant, let's go with a standard day, not a crazy day, right? How many tables would you have? Like, no, not even standard.
Like a regular standard day.
My bad. Let's take standard out the way and use the word you have a comfortable flow. Because to me, if I take my mind back, a comfortable flow where I'm like, I'm working, but I'm chilling at the same time, I would say would be like 3 or 4 tables. 3 or 4 tables. Like if it was less.
Like that's what you would want.
Yeah.
Or like.
Yeah, like even if it was just like that was all I did in that day.
Like I would get bored.
Bored? See,
but that's because.
See, that might be because I'm a Cancer. I don't know.
No, it's because like I.
Oh no, but no. I mean, to your credit, like you were on shit. Like you were on another level. You got 16 tables.
That's
like,
only, but that's I had to work my way up to that because like at first, you know, it was chaos. I mean, where we were working, it was pure chaos.
Yeah.
But then, like once I went to the next place after our place shut down, I was able to work in an environment that was, people worked as a team. And it worked because the managers were also assisting, which
So
was
it's
great. So
Must be
because of
nice.
that, I was like, oh, just keep throwing the tables at me. And I was like the go-to person that, like, I can't tell you how many servers would be like, I can't take another table. I'm like, give it to me, I got it. I got it.
And that's
Let
how
me
you
show
know
you how it's
you're
done.
in your
Like,
groove. Once you start
yeah.
getting like that, you're in your groove.
Because you have
like,
a system.
Yeah.
And you have your checklist.
Yeah.
And you can just keep going. You could keep rolling.
Right.
And the key to all of it is communicating.
Yes.
Because you can have all of these tables, but if they see you touching back at each table, and literally, if you're passing by and this table hasn't gotten their food, don't ignore them.
Right.
That's the worst thing you can do. Like, act like you're not. Oh no, they don't see me. Oh no, they don't. Like, that will piss them off. Like, go over and be like, I you know what? I know you guys should have already gotten your food. I'm so sorry. Like,
Right.
I just checked. Like, the tickets are still back there. But if they hear, they're like, oh, she's acknowledging we're not crazy. Our food hasn't gotten to our table in a timely fashion.
Right.
She knows, we know, so we know it's not her fault or
Right.
your fault.
And it's you can't underestimate what you're saying though, because as crazy as that seems, as simple as it seems, so many people
they would hide in the back.
Yes, like you can't avoid confrontation. Like even if you're in a worse situation of like you forgot their food. I've been in that situation. Like you're human.
Mm-hmm.
You forgot to put their food in. Like I've been in that situation. Like or say like they ordered 3-4 things, but you forgot to put one thing in.
That's what happens.
You gotta
It happens all the time. You're like, your mind's going around. I gotta get ketchup for this table. I gotta get this table's beer. I gotta get napkins for that table. Oh crap! That child just dumped the Coke all over the table. Oh fuck! Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. And more.
And then I just got sad again. Oh hi guys, how are you doing? My name is Dayannah.
Restart,
nice
refresh, restart.
Like, and you're just like on go.
It's
like,
crazy as hell.
And
so
you swear sometimes you're bipolar. Did you feel that way?
Yes. Oh yeah, because you start feeling robotic.
Because you get pissed off at this table and then turn around, literally.
You're going through emotions
you're like this
unhuman.
person's talking to me like I'm the scum on their shoe, and I'm supposed to not get upset at this, but all I want to do is strangle that person. And I just got sad, so let me turn around and say, oh, "Hi guys, how's it going?"
You cannot.
I'm great. Wonderful.
You cannot describe the swing of I guess emotions any better.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's wild. Wait, real quick, back to the scale because I was like,
God
I said 3 or 4
something
tables.
bad happened that day.
Right. All right, wait. So let me hands on the 3 or 4 tables. This is what I mean by that. I mean like,
okay.
Like as a server. No, you're good. As a server, like I'm saying like if you want to make money, what? Give me like 8. Right, so I'm not saying in that sense. Okay. I'm saying in the sense of like literal comfortable. Like I want to talk to Dayannah and I want to talk to my manager, but then also like have some tables like an easy flow vibe. I would say 3 or 4.
Rolling silverware.
Right, rolling silverware. Right. Now let me ask you this: what number? Because like is it safe to say if you have between 5 and 7, if you're a good server, just a standard server, a good server, you can handle between 5 and 7 tables easily, right?
Oh yeah. Because you have to have your own, you have to establish your own routine or system.
Yes. You also have to believe in yourself in terms of like, you have to believe in yourself. You do though, like in terms of one thing that I said made me a good server in a certain sense. Got a boom, present it to you.
Hi, pup.
Speaking of server, she was like, here, take this. You have to believe in yourself in terms of like, all right. You're gonna have times where you forget stuff, you get thrown off, you get mad, you like somebody's talking to you crazy. You get all these wild card. You're in a wild card setting. It's a wild card job. Anything can happen. Like you could there's times where I clocked in and I had some of the best days because I was serving and I was talking to great people and I had one of the best days. And then there was days where I had some of the worst days because I had some met some of the worst people.
Fuck out of here right now.
And there's been days where it's been like back and forth. But you have to trust yourself, knowing like, all right, these people are coming here. They want what I have in here.
Yeah.
Right? And like once you realize that like you're in control, no matter how crazy this person is or demanding or give me my food. Where the hell? Like, listen, bro, a pizza's not gonna just happen in 2 minutes unless you go to Little Caesars or I guess
You have so much control as a server.
you have so much control, and like that's a weapon.
Oh, you're gonna be like that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till your pizza's cold then.
Exactly.
And then I'm gonna bring it out to you.
Exactly. Oh, appetizer.
Now how you like it? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, appetizer. You want it in 3 minutes? Because you can put the hold on it.
Yep.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. It's gonna come out hot.
8 minutes, honey.
Right.
I'm gonna send your appetizer out after your pizza came out. How about that? How about that?
It's crazy.
And oops, we don't have any more butter cake.
Oh, butter.
There's no more butter cake. Sorry. Oh, but we just saw one go out. No, there's no more. Sorry.
You just said one of the most powerful things in the world, and in that restaurant, butter cake, or just many restaurants I have it actually, butter cake. I might just the headline of the title might just say butter cake. Like we're like.
I feel like now we're talking about throwback days.
Yeah, super throwback. Now butter cake is incredible. If you have butter cake, you know it just bangs out. It goes crazy. What is it? Cheesecake, pound cake?
Both.
Did I just nail that off the top?
Well, that's okay. So when I used to describe it to people, I used to say it's like cheesecake, pound cake, had a baby.
Yeah, for real. They had. I'm gonna take it a step further. They went on a couple dates.
Mm-hmm.
They had some chemistry. They were their signs.
We're compatible.
They had some compatible signs. And then they had the butter cake. That's what the butter cake is.
Yes.
But
Thank you.
and then with the ice cream too. Oh,
I know.
Man.
That stuff will put you to sleep.
Right.
Put you in a coma.
So all right, one thing I've known about you throughout is like your creativeness.
Yes.
Right. And that also translates to working in the food industry and everything like that. Hashtag segue. Hashtag segue. But no, so I knew you drew. You were an artist.
Artistic.
You paint. Yeah, overall, like you would always doodle and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think until maybe a year ago on social media I really was aware. And if I'm wrong, tell me. Like if I knew that you painted in the past, but a year ago I started seeing you put like paintings and like doing murals out in like Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when did that come about? Were you always brewing with that?
Well, it's so funny because I remember back in first grade when I was in art, I was in an art club.
Dope.
So I'd get to school early, so that I could go to the art room and we'd like create stuff and I was a nerd. But yeah, so like art has always kind of been a passion of mine. Excuse me. And I remember as a kid, I was like, I want to be an artist when I grow up. But I never thought that like that was attainable. Okay. You know, because only really famous people could become an artist. Right. You know.
Now, when you thought of art, did you like? Was there any specific?
You know,
you think
Picasso.
Painting? Oh, you thought okay, top to top. Like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
I was like, if I want to do this, I'm going big.
Right.
You know?
Hell yeah.
But you know, that I felt like was not something that was, attainable. And then I used it kind of as a coping mechanism for. Well, I mean, if you're okay with this, let's say when my mom was in and out of prison.
Oh no! Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It was like it's therapeutic. I used to draw like whenever I would write letters and stuff to her, I would draw on the envelopes and stuff to like send her a picture. Yeah. And so it was, just something fun that I would do. Very therapeutic.
Another debut by Coda. This is her podcast now. If you guys haven't got the memo, she's popping up in every video.
Hi. Look at you. Hi. You're so cute.
All right, Coda, down. Hey.
Oh, down.
Good girl. Go get your mom. So yeah, you're writing your mom.
Yep.
And you're putting art on there, is what you're saying? Oh,
yeah, I would draw on the envelopes. Anybody who's either been in prison or dealt with, inmates, I'm sure, and received. Oh, I keep slapping my leg. That's probably. I
didn't even realize that. That's funny.
Yeah, because I slap my legs and I clap all the time.
She's like, wow, what's up?
You come? I come. Yeah. But yeah, so that.
So that's where it started.
Like a therapy, yeah. and I also did music and played instruments and stuff. But yeah, and then I kind of put all of that stuff away whenever I moved up here from Atlanta.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for people watching, me and her, we go way back and we spent a lot of years together, but we haven't seen each other in. We gotta put a time on it. How long has it been?
When did you leave? I started at the restaurant that we shall not name.
You know, pizza shop.
We're getting closer.
Yeah.
But I started there in 2016.
Okay.
When did you leave?
It had to be maybe
Well,
does
it
2018
closed
sound?
2019.
So I think 2018,
Okay.
a year before it closed.
So yeah, so it's 2018.
Yeah. So the reason I'm even bringing the timetable thing up is because I'm saying like I forgot. I knew you weren't born like up here. I knew you were born somewhere else in the South, but I didn't know. I forgot specifically. So Atlanta. Shout out Atlanta. I have family. Atlanta. I have family out there too. All throughout Georgia. Savannah, Fitzgerald, Tifton. The South is dope.
Dang, Tifton.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to put that puzzle together later. Yeah. A lot of family down there. But anyway, so now you were saying.
Yeah, when I moved up here, you know, in order to live, you have to work a lot.
Right. So that took away from time.
It's very different. Yeah, so very different lifestyle between living down there and living up here. But yeah, so like I didn't really have time for any extracurricular anything, you know.
Which is
crazy.
crazy.
I used to play softball and stuff down there.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and then I used to run and go to church a lot. Like, I was super Christian.
It's definitely a big thing in the South.
And now, yeah, and then, but I will say, 2020, the shutdown and everything, like, I was living by myself, so I was like, this is so nice.
You had a lot of self-reflection.
I get to do what I want to do without anybody telling me I can't. Hold up. So I started doing a whole bunch of DIY projects, and then I had gotten...
Real quick, it's fucking hilarious, I gotta say. I thought you were about to say I started doing a whole lot of DMT. Which is, I would have literally laughed so hard to fucking film myself. But but no, go ahead, I'm sorry. Like you were so serious. My fault, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was doing a bunch of like DIY projects, and I had bought this table for my kitchen, which I still have it.
Okay.
And it was black, but I wanted to paint it. So I like sanded it down and I got some white paint and I started painting it. And then it was done. And after it was done, I was like, that was so much fun. I want to paint some more. What can I paint? Oh, I'll go to Hobby Lobby and get some canvases. And that's how I started painting. And then the canvases just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and now they're on walls.
They got bigger
in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, you could go see them in the city.
Yeah, you could go see them now. Yeah.
So they got bigger as like your interest grew, kind of. That's what's up.
And but I will say like up until it was either April or May of this year. All of my artwork, like none of it left my house. So I started 2020, and here we are, 2022. So I never sold a piece or anything. So like I had all of this artwork just accumulating, and I probably had like 40, 50 pieces. I don't know. Over the course of like what 2 years ish. Maybe more than that actually, because I was just like pumping them out. Like painting.
I knew that's. I was like when I would go to your gram, I would see it would be like that, and then other stuff, but 50-50, like your own personal stuff, and then painting. Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, she's really into this, which is cool.
And I was just loving it so much. And then this past January, one of my friends for my yoga certification, which I did last year. And I went to a meditation retreat that our instructor from our yoga certification was doing. He was hosting it, and he was like, "Oh, come! Like you guys get a discounted rate because you guys are my students." So we're like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, we'll be there." So we went. And there was a whole group of people, and in that group there were two other girls that came together, and they're now close friends of mine. But one of those girls, she's a real estate developer in Philly.
Okay.
So, of course, that weekend that we did the retreat, we connected, social media, everything. So she followed me. They both followed me on social media. She saw, because I used to do the lives, right? I would paint like in my
Oh, live.
house. Yeah,
Oh, shit,
on
okay. I
Instagram.
didn't know
I
you
would do
did
the
the live. Okay,
lives
that's what's up.
on
Oh, yeah.
Instagram. And I would just, be goofing around in my house painting.
Right.
And one day she was like, "Oh my God," she was like, "your energy is amazing. Like, would you want to do like a live painting thing at one of my open houses?" So I was like, "Hell yeah."
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, "But I've never done that before. I've never painted outside my house."
So how was this? Was this set up like a live? No, not live. Like she wanted you to paint something for that.
No.
Oh.
Well, like like a real estate open house event.
Yes.
Like
yes.
they're showing a house,
Mm-hmm.
right? But at this house, like because it's like a luxury home, they wanted to have like things happening around the house. So it's not like.
So your art was like.
Well, I was there. So I was there on site painting while
Oh, it was
people were
live.
walking
That's
through. Yeah.
that's crazy.
So while they're walking through the house, but I was like outside out front. So as you're walking up to the house, I'm right there, dead center.
But that's cool as hell.
Yeah, and then there were. So originally it was only supposed to be me, because she and I had spoke about it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So there's not gonna be any other artists. I'm an amateur. It'll be fine. Then literally like a week or two before, she was like, oh, by the way, we have 3 other artists coming. One of them is a full-time muralist. So I was like, oh, fuck.
Wow.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
You're gonna, like, my work is just abstract blah.
Right.
Like it's just thrown up on the canvas. Like, and his is like, like beautiful masterpiece drawing faces and, and
Yeah,
I was
it's
just
weird
like,
that she
what
did
the
like
fuck?
set it up like that too.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know if I could do this. Like, literally, I was considering backing out even the day of, because I was like, I can't do this. Like, there's gonna be 3 other artists. They're all way better than me, and actually like have their own techniques and stuff. I don't have techniques.
Right.
I just
Like
everything I do is
kind of,
impulse. Right? It's impulse. But it's like a practice for me. It's like almost like a meditative practice that I do for myself to trust in the process.
Okay.
And it's learning to release control
This
for
is,
myself.
This is before you paint or during?
While I'm painting.
Okay.
I just go with the flow.
Nice.
And trust the process.
Hell yeah. Well, that's actually like brings me to quite like I don't even know if I know how to word this question.
Yeah.
But no, just the overall curiosity of because I never painted like on that scale. Like obviously in school when you had to like do stuff like that, and it was cool. Like it was fun. Like I definitely enjoyed it. But I guess my question would be, because when you hear about painters and people that get into painting, one of the words that's connected with it is free. Hey. Off. One of the words that's connected with painting is like free. I feel like, is that safe to say? Like I hear that a lot when people talk about painting, like they feel free or the freedom of
freedom of expression.
Yeah, freedom of expression and like how you're saying you don't go in with a plan. You're just freely.
I don't.
Right.
But
like some people
from
do. Some people
what
don't.
from like the more artists that I meet, it's more uncommon what I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so from a complete...
I've only ever met like one other artist that does what I do.
Okay, so from a complete...
And I've met a lot of artists.
Yeah. Damn, so you're way more tapped into it than I do, but I don't know what this is worth. But from an outsider's view who doesn't paint, I feel like from videos I hear, stuff I watch and see, it's 50-50 from what I consume. Like people do have a plan, and then there's other people that are like professionals or all the way up and down the scale that they say they go in and then like, I mean maybe they get a plan like, all right, I have blue, and then they say like, okay, this is gonna be water, or this is gonna be a sky, and then that's the plan. But like it's 50-50 from like from what I hear. But does that make you wanna Did you ever consider like trying to change the way?
Well, so that's something
Not that I'm telling you to
sort
do
of.
it, but
No, I mean that's something that I currently am experimenting with because experimentation has become the way of my life. It's just, you know, and I tell people, well, on my lives all the time, I'm saying, my life is an experiment of just trying, trying things. Anyways,
oh, yeah. That's what life's all about.
but yeah, no, I'm experimenting now with trying to actually like create a visual something, um, which I'll show you once this is over, and you can post it. I don't care.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
It's not complete. It's not
You're
done.
gonna see it too.
It's not done or anything. But it's a. But the way that it kind of came about was like I just started, as I do with all of my other paintings. I just picked colors that I was like, how am I feeling? Am I feeling purple? Am I feeling blue? Which I was. So I was like, but not like sad. I was just like, these are the colors that kind of embody my feelings. Because I don't have words to my feelings. I just feel.
Right.
And so like I just started like putting them on the canvas, and then like I turned it sideways, and I'm like, I can kind of see something, but I don't know what I'm seeing. So then I just started making these little lines that could kind of imitate like a cartoon eye, and then like I was like, maybe I kind of want to try something else, and then I decided to put like across just a whole bunch of faces, and then above the faces a landscape of the city. So I'll show you a picture of that, but like
yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, that's so.
So
I'm
when did you do
experimenting. This is what I'm currently working on.
Oh, you're working on it now.
Yeah,
Nice.
So I started that maybe 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I definitely want to see that.
Yeah, so it's very different, and I'm kind of nervous because like every time I approach it, I'm like, I'm intimidated with my own work. I'm like, oh God, I can't do this.
See, another thing about painting too is like, maybe this has to do with the intimidation. I have no idea, but when you're making a, so say if you go painting, right, and let's say, I don't know, like something like this big. Do you always say like, all right, I'm finishing this tonight, or is it sometimes you're like, I'm gonna do it right now a little bit, and then tomorrow I'm gonna like do more?
Oh yeah, I just go with the flow.
Okay. So like in situations where you do more, right? This is my question then. Is this often? Does this happen often? Where like you're doing your painting and say like you're like shit is going great, right? Like okay, these colors are merging. You're making whatever you want to make, and like you're getting all these ideas. You're flowing. It's kind of funny, but like, you ever like just drop the wrong color paint, or like a mistake like that? It seems like when you're painting, you have to be, hey, it's okay, relax.
I know, I love you too. I love you too.
Easy. So much love. Did she hit the thing? Can you see if I can't tell, or is it straight still? Last time. Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're Gucci.
I think in my last video, she hit it, right? And like as I was talking, the camera slowly started going down, and I didn't notice it, and then it just fell.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. She's a lot of love. No, we were talking about painting. Oh yeah. So
Dropped the wrong color.
yeah, like as funny as that sounds, like it's such a delicate thing that you're doing with paint, and like has that happened? Like
oh yeah.
Like
all the time.
And you're supposed to go with it, right? Like, all right, so here's my thing. You're supposed to go with it. But there has to be times when you're making something so like, I'm doing this, and I don't want to mess it up or something. And that like, it happens a lot?
All the time.
Okay, so you just have to have that, like, fuck it, we're back.
Well, see, that's, I think, the difference between the rest of the world and then people that are creatives. And I can only speak from like my perspective as like a painter, because different creatives, artists are many different kinds. Like you have musicians and stuff like that, and I'm sure it works differently in that world. But as a painter, it's so funny because like we understand like there's not really a such thing as like mistakes
Okay.
because you can
Right,
fix
right,
it.
right.
Just
Yeah.
wait till it dries and then paint over it. You know.
Damn. See,
But
I'm not
like,
paying out of
but
that.
like, so there's no such thing as like mistakes. So everything's fine. Everything's fine. But at the same time, you're like, fuck.
Right. Like
You're
you were in your
you're
zone.
like, oh. Okay, well, I'll just wait till tomorrow. Like, but like, and that's I think the difference between like when you have that creative mindset, like there's no such thing as perfect, and
Right.
that's okay. And
Right.
flaws are actually what make the artwork beautiful and it make it unique. And and you see the world in that very similar way, where there's no such thing as like making a wrong choice or a bad choice. It's just a choice, and you always have the option to change it. You always
Exactly.
have the option to do something different.
Exactly. I agree with that. I agree with that. And that's what I'm like.
Yeah.
And to peel it back to, I think when we first started it about our energy being the same energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, because that's how I view things too. Like, because at the end of the day, life is so temporary.
Yeah.
It's so. I mean, like.
And everybody takes it so seriously.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my god.
It is crazy. Actually, I saw one of your videos recent. I don't know if it was a
Yeah.
recent video. Hey.
One of them.
Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Easy, girl. I don't know if this is an old video or recent, but one of your videos, you were talking about that, like people taking life too serious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that one. I think you were in the car.
Probably.
And I remember you said something like you were being funny, but
was it the one where I was talking about the guy that pulled up next to me in the car?
Yeah, I think so, because you said something about like you referenced like animals in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just thought that was like, it was funny, but it was true.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that I can talk about in reference to that. I mean, because if you think about like, okay, what makes death so permanent, right? Well, that's because you don't have any do-overs. Like, it's done. It's done. It's done. Like, it's done, right? And like, so
done.
if you imagine what a corpse looks like, sorry to get go there.
Yeah, we're there. It is Halloween. It is Halloween time, right?
Right.
Look, the title of this video just keeps changing. Butter cake to
from butter cake to corpses.
Yeah, horror
to
times.
Energies.
Horror times.
to paintings.
Yeah.
To children.
Puppies, Coda. But no, yeah. So Halloween.
Yeah, the corpses.
Yes.
Yeah, no, like, because if you think about what's the difference between death and life? Think of a corpse and a living person, right? Living people are animated. They're lively. They're like, there's something, if you think about like just it's just beautiful, right?
Yes.
You just have all of this, I don't know, well, whatever. And then you think about a corpse. It's stiff. It's stagnant. It's serious. You know what I mean? And just think about the contrast. Like, life is supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be light. You're supposed to just relax.
I agree, because there's things in life that are gonna be serious. Everybody has issues.
They're gonna be serious because you make them serious.
Yeah. But
about this.
It is. Yeah. Like, I feel like once you realize that, like, once you get to that level of thinking and you realize that it is so temporary and everything, you can get through the hard time. Because the hard times is going to be crazy. This is going to be the stuff that happens that's crazy to you, right? Always. But when you realize that, like, this will go like this, meaning you have your own life, I have my own life. You watching this, you have your own life. And any of our lives, they can be like this. Unfortunately. That's really what it is. And so, like, you got to embrace on the moments like this moment here, next moment. You like, as simple as that sounds and cliche, like, and that's why you really have to, like, you have to make your life how you want it in the most positive way, and with the people around you and the activities that you do and everything that you put yourself around and the energy that you display and receive. You have to go about it as positively as you can. Now, that doesn't mean you have to, like, be smiling ear to ear like the Truman Show. Hey, how you doing, Chipper? Every day. No, that's not reality. Like, you might wake up one day and nothing is even wrong, but you feel like something's wrong. Like, that happens. It's life. Anxiety, highs and lows. Like that's just it. Like
But it's all changeable.
It's
too.
all changeable. It's all
Like,
changeable.
if you wake up feeling like that, what makes you feel good?
Exactly.
You know, I mean, that's the way that I've kind of been able to change my life and like realize like, oh, all of these things are a choice.
Yes.
I woke up sad because I had a bad dream, whatever. Okay, well, that's easy. Let's listen to a song that I know always puts me in a good mood.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
All of it's changeable.
It's all changeable. Songs,
and,
food.
Yeah, do something that, you know, lift you up like that.
Yeah, like and everybody has their thing. Like so, painting has been a strong piece for you in that regard.
Yes. Yeah, and it's so interesting because I guess one of the paintings that a lot of people love the most, and I get so many comments on, it looks like a red eye that I did,
Okay.
and it was an abstract piece that I did because of that open house. So like literally days leading up to the open house when I found out that there were going to be other artists there, and 2 of them were full-time artists, one of them being a full-time mural artist, and then another one that had a lot more experience than me, had a lot more technique. I was feeling very intimidated.
Right.
So what I did was I got 2 large canvases and I went outside my house and I painted one like these dark colors, and then in contrast I did one with like these bright, beautiful pinks and whites and blues, like really bright.
Nice.
So I had like these 2 contrasting pieces of artwork that I took with me to the open house, and a lot of people were like loving the dark one.
Oh,
and
really?
that was because I had to get out those feelings, those emotions. I had to like put it out there.
So did you going into it? Did you think that like? Did you even think that okay, this one's gonna be more perceived like by everybody else? Okay, so you didn't even think about it, but that's crazy.
Because like
that's
for me, it's just about getting it out.
Right.
Like I never think about, well, up until like this current one that I'm doing right now, I've never thought about the end result of my paintings.
Okay. No, wait, hold on. That's my bad. Let me ask the question better.
Okay. No, Betterly was right.
Betterly was right?
No, it wasn't.
It was not right.
We were gonna go with it.
She got me. I was like, there's no way that was right. It sounded too good to be true. Betterly. That should be something.
That's a word. That's a word. We're gonna make it a word. We're gonna make it a word.
Betterly.
Betterly.
Oh man, this is crazy. Nah. Fuck. Yeah. Just
My bad.
that word. No, that word like word vomit. That's what they call it, right? Word vomit. I think I got that from like fucking like Mean Girls or something. Remember that movie, Mean Girls?
Yeah. Freaking Mean Girls.
Classic. Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
No.
She was my favorite. Too.
Yeah, she was cool. She was
yeah,
definitely cool.
She was, and then
it was her and Hillary Duff. They had the rival, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Talk about times of like simplicity. I know we just went completely off the fucking road.
And then there was Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Mary-Kate. Wow. Yes, I remember that.
Anyways.
I remember that. Yeah, damn. Where did that come from though?
I don't know.
Damn.
Betterly, that's where it came from.
It came from Betterly. Betterly to Hollywood. Jesus. No, I got it back. Wow.
Okay.
So
serious.
It's life serious sometimes. All right. So
no such thing. Okay.
I gotta ask the question. I mean, yeah, I have to ask the question better.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't mean to ask like why you're doing it. Are you thinking like what people
the
think?
outcome?
Yeah, I meant like after you finish the darker one and the lighter one. Did you think like, all right, I think they might like I like both. Like you made both, but they might like this one better. Did you think that before or not?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. Because I felt like it was because it's probably one of the darkest, if not the darkest piece that I've ever done.
Oh, okay.
And that's what a lot of people have said to me. And I thought it was very interesting because I do think that in the art world, most artists paint kind of darker feeling artwork, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, the feelings that are captured. And because artwork in itself, like they have the artist. I mean, I don't know about every artist, but I know for me, like, I personally just want to get my the feelings that I have within me out.
Okay.
So that's
it's like a release.
Yeah, it's a release for me. But I know like other artists, like they have a message. that they're trying to send, they're trying to relay. So they want to capture certain emotions and make the person, the onlooker, experience those emotions.
Okay.
So, which I've seen like a lot of
That's crazy.
artists being in the world of art tend to lean more towards like, I want to make them feel like
a certain way.
But it's more like, you know, like it's like taking you to a deep dark place of the soul that's like, we need to feel what it feels like to be in this dark place to create change.
Okay.
Whereas like now with this painting that I'm doing now, like I feel like the message that's coming out of me, which has been coming out all over Instagram, I just want people to love each other. I want people to feel empowered, and in unity and all that. So now that I totally went off.
No,
it's good. I go off on tangents. I'm sorry.
That's so good because that's how, and that goes back to the energy. Us with the same energy, because that's literally how I think about life. That's it. One of the biggest questions, like, I feel like from a little kid to throughout your whole life, people always say, or you might hear, is like, what is the meaning of life, right?
Yes.
And you could answer in so many ways, but I just know if it's not the meaning, a big piece of it has to be a lot of what you just said, which is connecting with people, experiencing life, having fun, and unity. I mean, it just makes too much sense. Like, and love. Shout out to love.
Love.
It makes too much sense. It makes too much sense.
Yeah.
But no, you said something about instruments.
Yes.
Okay. The resume is already, we're going down.
Have I played in a long time? No. I mean, at the beginning of quarantine, I was trying to teach myself the ukulele. And I just got a new ukulele because the one I had would never stay tuned.
She plays ukulele too, so...
you can teach me!
Yeah, there we go. Lessons coming up.
Okay.
No, she hasn't played in a while. That wasn't like, I don't want to teach you. That was like, she's rusty, but I know I believe in her talents.
Way better than me. I was trying to learn one song.
Wait, so ukulele, what else?
Back in middle school, I used to play the violin.
Oh shit, that's
and the trombone.
Trombone and violin.
the baritone.
I do not know that last one, I'm going to be honest.
The baritone is the concert instrument of the tuba. So you have the marching band has the tuba.
Yeah.
And concert band has the baritone, which, the tuba is the wrap around your body and over your head.
Right.
The baritone, it like sits on your lap. So like it's a huge instrument and the horn straight up in the air. And like you have to hold it like this, and then you got the little. There's only 3 little what you call.
Have you ever?
I hated it, but now I don't know if this is true, and I don't know what my band instructor was trying to say. What he said, because I wanted to play the clarinet,
like
but
Squidward?
He told me, like Squidward. But he told me my mouth was better suited for the trombone and the baritone because of the mouthpiece.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what he was trying to say about my lips.
But
and I couldn't ask at that point until I was in 6th grade.
Right. You're like, I'm not sure.
I don't think I wanted to know.
What is this advice? Is this bias?
So my mouth, I can't play the clarinet.
So,
why?
I mean, but that's actually, like, all right, we don't know that guy's intentions, right?
I know!
But that's actually, I guess, like, something that's actually considerable in terms of playing instruments, right?
Yeah.
Like, they are, the pieces are different. Listen, the only thing I fucking played in terms of instruments was the recorder, is the basic American standard.
Yeah.
All right, the recorder, and, what's the level up from the recorder?
The xylophone, maybe?
No. Is it the clarinet?
The recorder?
Yeah, are those 2 completely different families? Am I tripping right now? I thought it was the recorder. They are. Wow, bugging.
Well, the clarinet's black and it's
yes, and it's got that.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna get roasted for the sign, the cancer sign thing, and the instrument thing. Comments are there. Leave one. You know what I mean? Hate it or love it, the underdogs on top. No, but wait. So there's nothing. All right, recorder. I thought there was like one or two other instruments that were similar to the
Oh,
recorder,
possibly.
but more serious.
Uh,
I don't know. Maybe somebody back me up. And
I mean,
say
there's
some
the flute. I did play the
Maybe I'm
flute
thinking of the flute.
briefly.
You did?
Briefly, very briefly.
Okay.
Played the flute. I did not like the flute.
You didn't like it?
No. Because the breathing, yeah, it's all about.
Oh yeah.
Like you have to learn how to, and I couldn't get it down.
What was it? Was that the hardest instrument you learned how to play, or what would be the hardest one?
Yeah, and then I did try to teach myself the guitar. I was doing pretty good before I moved up here to Philly.
Okay.
Right before I moved up here from Atlanta, I was teaching myself the guitar. I had gotten to the point where I had calluses on my hands.
Oh yeah, you were going in.
Yeah, because I was doing it like every day. I was practicing every day. But the guitar was not mine. It was my adopted family, which we'll save that for another time.
Yeah, adopted the guitar.
Yeah.
Atlanta. We talked about Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
a little earlier, but I kind of want to get a little more in depth. And you were born there, right?
No.
Oh, you.
Mm.
Oh shit. All right, so take it back. Where?
Oh, I was born in Washington State. My dad was military, so I was born at Madigan Hospital.
Okay.
On the military base there.
And then you moved when?
Maybe I was like 1, 2.
Little Woody.
My parent,
Little Woody. Little Woody on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And then, I'm just picturing you.
People might take that the wrong way.
Oh yeah, damn. That's crazy.
Look, I grew up with all of the jokes.
Yeah. And I'm not. This is like wow.
God.
A little. Yeah, I'm not even gonna repeat it. I said it already enough. Fuck. I'm deep in on this one. This is.
Yeah.
I'm explaining that one to you after the podcast.
My last name is Woody, y'all.
Yeah,
so
I'll explain.
like,
I got you after the podcast.
He's not
I'll
being
explain
a
to you
weirdo.
after the podcast.
It's literally
You know,
my
that's
last
her
name
nickname.
is Woody.
Yes, that's her last. Yes, thank you. Wow, that's wild. Great podcast for clickbait, I guess. On this one.
You're welcome.
But no, but so you went there. You were born there.
Yep.
And then you moved to Atlanta.
Yes.
Okay. And how long were you in Atlanta?
That's a loaded question.
It is. So
yeah, because I moved around.
Around. Oh, okay. Well, how long were you in Georgia? Is that the same answer?
Yeah.
Okay. In and out.
Yeah.
But you spent a lot of time overall in the South.
Oh yeah. So I claim Atlanta over all of the other places that we lived.
Hell yeah. Waffle House. I fucking love it.
The Waffle House.
I wish we had one up here.
Mm-hmm.
I think the closest one up here is
It's in Virginia.
Have you ever been
Or
to
wait, Maryland. It's like the border of Maryland.
somewhere around there, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, I've been there.
Waffle House is so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. That I mean, like food in the South. Listen, we live in the Northeast.
It's a heart attack waiting to happen.
In Northeast or South?
The South.
South. Oh yeah, definitely. I was gonna say we live in the Northeast. We can go on a tangent about great food up here. A lot of great food. But South, it's just different. Southern food.
It really is. And I know how to cook like that. It took me a long time to learn how. Yeah, it took me a long time to break that habit.
We are going to set up something because we have two chefs in this room here.
Oh snap!
If you know how to cook from the South, that's a weapon, and then I know she's a weapon. So we might have to just force that up. It might have to be feast time. You know what I mean?
Will.
That sounds crazy. I'll do my part. You know what I mean? I'll scoop up the ingredients. I'll scoop the ingredients up, whatever you guys need. Walmart, Target, say no more. Peeling out for real. No, but yeah, the food in the South, man. They specialize in
fried chicken.
I was gonna say wings.
Mac and cheese.
The soul food. Yeah, the deep. I mean, when I went back, I know
how to make it.
You know how to make it all? Oh my goodness.
Sweet potato pie.
Well, you can make sweet potato pie.
I'd have to try.
If it's too much, just say
It's been a while.
Okay.
I was young when I used to do that with my grandma. So.
That's crazy though, cause wow. And the holidays are coming up. Speaking of the holidays, are you ready for this Halloween vibe? Like, you know how people love Halloween?
Of course I am. It's my favorite. Yeah,
do you know what you're going to be, if you're going to be anything?
Well, I was. So I went to a Halloween party this past weekend. I dressed up like a woman from El Dia de los Muertos. You know. Yeah, yes, that's what it's called. Okay. I was like,
Only
what
they
is
know
it called?
what they said.
I had, I had the white face and then put the skull
Okay.
Well, I had some friends do the makeup for me.
I might have scrolled by, but we gotta check that one out.
Yeah, and I had the flowers going and the dress. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And then I have another party that I'm going to this Saturday. And it's kind of a toss up. I was planning on being Jack Sparrow though.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
So I don't know.
Bring it. That's a good one for
Where's the
sure.
rum gun?
That's a good one. And you have like a lot of hair.
I know.
Obviously different hair than him, but like, you can make it. You can make it work.
And you know I got the personality
For
it.
sure. For sure. For sure. Definitely. Okay, so you're gonna switch. So I like your style. You know, some people they might get like a costume and then never rock it ever around, which is cool.
No.
That's if that's your style. But you're switching it up.
I would like to switch it. Yeah.
I gotta figure out. We're going to a party coming up soon too, and we're trying to figure out what to be. Because, like, there's so many typical ones, right? Mm-hmm. That are funny as hell. But,
look,
like, I want to do something different.
Genders. Whatever you do, swap genders.
like you're saying, whatever.
You have to be the girl of whatever it is that you guys do, and you have to be the guy.
That's
It'd
funny.
Be great.
I didn't even think about that. So, like, whatever we do, like, say if we get
swap.
a hilarious costume, switch it anyway. And it's going to be a double.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
Wow.
Whatever it is.
Fuck people up.
like you could, like he could be Morticia, and you could be, what's the you know, from Addams Family?
Yes. I remember her name.
You know?
Oh, that is funny.
There you go.
That is funny.
He could have the long, luscious hair, the red lips with the serious face. Wait, and then you gotta get the bra.
Oh, the whole thing. Full 9.
There you go.
Whatchamacallit? No, you're gonna,
You'll be the stars of the party.
We definitely be stars of the party.
And leave the beard.
Oh, shit. That's crazy. Oh, man, that's funny as hell. No, whatchamacallit? So, you live in Philly now, right?
Yes.
It's gotta be night and day, the transition from the South to Philly.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
I went through culture shock.
Yeah, okay.
For the first
so speak
year
about
and
that a
a
little
half,
bit.
2 years.
That's something that we all know that. I mean, I feel like we all know that term, culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
You hear it in movies, blah, blah, blah. I know what it is. But I guess explain what it is to someone who doesn't know what it is and how you dealt with it.
Like, I mean, it makes you, like, for me, it made me afraid to talk to people. Because, like, my natural self, like, I'm, you know, from the South, so down South, you talk to anybody and everybody on the street. Like, you're friendly. You, like, also, what I didn't realize about myself is that down South, you're a lot more trusting of people, just in general. Mm-hmm. And up here, you can't. Like, I mean, you know, I'm like, it's just a thing. Like, nobody trusts anybody. So that, you know, you smile. Like, that was something that I had to learn real quick. Walking down the street by myself, like, oh, hi, you know, what do you want? Like, that was a common response. What do you want?
And on the trusting,
and I'm
real
like,
quick.
Whoa, bro, I just gave you a smile.
Right. And on the trusting, real quick, I remember one of my first times being in
complex
Georgia.
Up here.
For real. I remember one of my first times being in Georgia, and I was a little kid. Mm-hmm. And I think I was staying at my granddad's house, and I was with my cousin. We were playing in the neighborhood. And this was like one of my first times. Like, I didn't know many people in the neighborhood besides my family. Mm-hmm. But like, we were going around like hanging out with different kids and like doing the kid thing. And I believe like the situation popped off where like everybody was like, "Yo, let's go get bikes. Let's go get our bikes." Right? I live in Jersey, obviously. Mm-hmm. My bike is in Jersey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like bikeless. You feel me? I could walk with you.
Yeah.
And like same with my cousin.
Yeah.
So we were just like, all right, like we'll just like walk with you guys, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'll never forget because this was one of the first prime examples that I was introduced to and shown on display of Southern hospitality. Mm. The neighbor was just like, "Oh, you don't have a bike? Like you could just come ride one of ours." And I was like, "What? Come ride one of yours?" Like in my mind, I'm thinking like you trust me with that? Like I know I'm gonna return it. Like I'm right here. Like but like really? So I remember I was like, "Huh?" And then they were like, "Yeah, come on. Like the garage is open." Came in the garage, gave me the bike, gave my cousin a bike, and we rode around. And like it wasn't even like, okay, you got a bike and like they're watching. Cause like if I have your bike, you can watch. Like it's your bike. Like it's not weird. They weren't even like they went inside. Didn't see them for the rest of the day. Like actually that's the only time I've seen them in life. Like was them giving me their bike, like which is crazy. And then that was it. Yeah. So that was my first example in terms of like I feel like
that's why you could get away with so much stuff down south.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of con stuff happens down south.
Right. It's like it's crazy. Way to tie that in.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But it's like you go down there and like in the general scheme of things, trust is almost like handed to you and given to you, and it's like it's already there without
Mhm.
being said. Up here, it's like you got to
You
gain
gotta earn
trust
it.
and then show why that trust should still be there because like
And
shit
it's
is
an
crazy up
everyday
here.
thing.
Yeah, shit is
Like,
crazy.
I
It's
mean,
just
like, I
different.
just proved to you yesterday. Yeah, you better prove it again today.
It's like, my landlord just lied to me. Like not me. But like I'm just an example. Like my landlord just lied to me. Like you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of crazy things that can happen. But
like there's a lot of projecting onto people up here.
yeah.
Like my dad left me when I was a child, so therefore I don't trust you. What the fuck? I
Right.
didn't do anything.
Right.
You just met me.
I just gave you a cupcake. Like
yeah, like come on, like I give you $1,000. Where'd it come from?
Right.
Like just take the $1,000. It's free. Like just trying to be a nice person. Here you go. I had a lot of money, and here you go. I don't trust you. Like,
it's crazy. Like it's
okay,
deeply
bro.
rooted. So when you moved, when you had that culture shock,
Yeah.
I mean, you dealt with the whole switch, like from accents to
yeah.
to
oh, that was
you know?
something I had to learn because like I moved up here. I was living with my dad the first year I moved up here, and he gave me a complex because he used to tell me all the time. He's like, "You need to learn how to talk faster because you sound slow."
Oh shit! Wait.
And I was
So
like,
was
what?
your dad from the South too?
Well,
Or
he was
from
born in he was born here in Philly.
Okay.
And he's traveled the world. Like he lived a lot of different places, but he claims Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I
So he was
moved
just
up
like, no,
here,
you got to adapt to this.
yeah,
Like,
he was like, "You talk too slow.
mm.
You talk too slow because you sound like an idiot.
Damn.
You speed up your." Yeah, I mean, my dad, he's 21-year veteran, so.
I forgot he served. Yeah.
Yeah,
You did tell me that.
and he did 7 or 8 tours.
Wow.
Different tours to different places, twice in Iraq.
That's a lot of time
So,
just not home.
yeah, so
like,
he's he ripped off the Band-Aid, everything. Like there's hardly any compassion.
Damn.
So I was up here the first year, my Southern Belle South, like, oh yeah, rainbow is butterflies, everybody's nice, and then he's like, no, fuck, they aren't. He's like, you better get with it. Are you dumb? You're dumb. You're dumb. I'm like, bro.
Rainbows.
I can't tell you how many tears I cried that year. I had to learn real quick. And then, oh my god, the driving though. For the whole first year, I was like, I refuse to drive. Or it was almost a year. I refused to drive.
That's so different.
And then, like, I kid you not, my dad, I think we were driving down, like, Market Street or something. It was either Market or Broad.
Busy street, if you don't know.
Yeah, very busy. It's, like, in the heart of Philly. He pulled over randomly one day, got out the car, walked around to my side, opened the door, and he was like, get out. I was like, what are you doing? He was like, get in the driver's seat. I was like, I can't drive. I was like, I can't drive in this. He's like, you are. Go get in the driver's seat.
Oh, shit.
That's how I learned how to drive in Philly. I was like, I was 22 at this point. So, like, I already have my license and everything, like, down south. I just refuse to drive up here because the driving is nuts.
Right. Wait, question.
Yeah.
Did you drive in Jersey, though?
No, not at that time. Like, I didn't drive anywhere up here.
Because
the roads and stuff, it just didn't make sense. Like, all of the drivers, you have defensive driving up here.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just drive, like, like you do down south, where it's like, oh, we're just cruising.
It's so much more spacious.
Yeah.
Even, like, when I went in...
People will slow down and let you go. Oh, come on, you want to get over? Go ahead. Have a great day.
Yeah.
No, it's like, you're not getting over. We're making eye contact. That's not happening, bro. Fuck you. Stop on the gas. Yeah.
For real.
You better watch my taillight. I'm merging. I'm cutting you out. You better watch my ass. Like, you hit me, it's on you. No.
Yeah, I can't blame you for having culture shock. It's wild. You ever see the movie Johnny Tsunami?
No.
Oh man.
Now I feel like I have to watch it.
Yeah. So all right, it's a we watched it actually. Straight Disney movie.
Uh-huh.
Right, Disney movie.
Okay.
So don't go to it if you want to see some shootouts or like fucking action shit. Like
It's okay.
it's just a Disney movie. If you're in your Disney vibe, throw it on. But anyway,
Okay.
it's a cool movie. It basically it is a culture shock movie. Like so Johnny was from sure I don't butcher this. Yeah, he was from like Hawaii
Mm-hmm.
or an island vibe in general, and he moved. His family moved to fucking somewhere where it was snowing.
Oh God.
Yeah, like just constantly
Oh,
snowing.
that too.
Oh, the
Culture
weather.
shock for me.
Really,
Yeah, the weather. It's
I didn't
like it
think
was
about that.
everything.
I
Yeah,
didn't
because
think about the weather.
I didn't know how to dress or anything. So like, I was depressed. I was cold all the time. Like I was getting like these thin jackets, snowing outside. And I didn't have a car at that point, so I'm standing at the bus stop, like, freezing. I'm like, how do people survive? And these people love it up here. What's wrong with it? Like, what the fuck? Like, where do you guys go to get? I didn't know anything about North Face. I mean, once I started working at North Face. That's when I started learning about
You just
proper
like
attire.
jogged a whole section of memory because I forgot you were. So she
That's
worked.
how I started working at CPK. Oh.
Yeah. So now you. You said
we
it.
went there.
You said it. It's gonna come out.
Well, there it is.
If you know the abbreviation, then you know. No.
We're getting closer and closer.
So she. Yeah, I forgot about that. So. We worked the pizza store that we worked at was at the Cherry Hill Mall, right? In Cherry Hill, New Jersey, probably about 20
now we're
20
really
minutes.
giving it all.
Yeah, we're holding it in. The address is coming. No, so it was
and
at
now
the Cherry
you guys
Hill
will
Mall.
know who to look for.
Yeah.
The manager that we shall not name.
Or some Harry Potter shit. Like, don't name him.
Voldemort.
Whatchamacallit? No, so at that place, it's in the Cherry Hill Mall, like 20 minutes from here. A lot of other restaurants are on the strip, right? But North Face, the store you worked for, was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was attached to the restaurant.
It was in the mall, but yeah, the back
Like they had a connecting back piece.
because like remember the hall
Yeah,
that we had, where you could go out the back,
and that was that had to be
right
super
across
convenient.
The way.
Yeah, it had to be super convenient for you though, because you
it
worked
was
at
great.
both jobs.
Yeah, that's
like
why
you didn't.
I worked 5 jobs at that point because I also worked at American Eagle too.
Oh, so you had a hack. You had 3 jobs.
I did
in one building.
the mall.
Yeah. Was that like just a thrilling time for you? Like in terms of just like always have something to do, money, you know what I mean?
Just like,
damn.
and I was going to school.
Damn. All right, yeah, that's a loaded schedule.
Yeah, I was doing Uber. I was watching. I was like babysitting, and I was doing those 3.
Okay,
all at the same time.
So where do you? All right, so somebody may be watching this like, all right, I think I might know her a little now, and one thing I can take away is the ability to, 16 tables, like the ability to multitask. I don't even know you can call multitask because it's on a hyper level.
I guess I've always kind of had a lot of energy.
Yeah, but like so that's but like you just said you had what 5? You said 5 jobs.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. 16 like where did you get that trait from? Like you think that came from one of your parents or did you kind of develop it? Like it's definitely
no, it definitely had to be developed. Skill. Yeah.
You developed it?
Yeah, because having to sort of be on your own. Oh, that's a whole nother story in itself. But yeah, kind of like when you don't have like people you can turn to, be like, hey, yeah, I'm short on my rent, or like, whatever. Can I borrow a couple? I didn't have that. So I had to be my own backup. Okay. And having to be your own backup kind of puts a lot of stress.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So you're like, I just need money all the time. I don't care how it's coming. I just need money. Money.
For sure.
And then to have other siblings that are calling you, or like family members that are calling you because they know you're working all of these jobs. And they're like, hey, I can't make my rent. Can you help me out? I'm like, yeah, here you go. Like, oh shit, I can't make my rent now. Like, now I gotta work some more.
So you are a big piece, or are, in like a core piece of your family in terms of.
Yeah, I got a sister moving in with me in 2 weeks.
Nice. Have I ever met her or no? No. Okay.
She's my youngest.
I feel like I met your brother.
Probably.
And one of your. Did I meet your dad? I feel like I met.
Yes, you did. They came in to the restaurant.
Yeah.
At one point.
Very cool. Very cool.
Like, oh, come in.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That was when we were on good terms.
Yeah, your dad. Okay.
My brother and I, we still are.
But, good. That's good. And like that and it's another thing in life, man. It's okay to have. All right, there's people that are like labeled in your life that are set up to be good people. Like friends are supposed to be good, boyfriends and girlfriends are supposed to be good, parents are supposed to be good, family's supposed to be good, right? So it fucks people up when one of those turns out not being good.
Well, what I've realized is you have to create that for yourself.
Exactly.
So you have to, well, the key to it all, like, at least for me, what was getting alone with myself. Like, 2020 did that for me. 2020, 2021, I got to be alone with my own energy, my own self, and I was asking myself lots of questions. What do I like? What do I not like? Does this feel good to me? Does that feel good to me? This doesn't feel good to me. When I get around this person, because then it's like you start re-engaging with the world, but slowly. So then you're noticing, like, oh, when I hang out with this person, it takes me like 4 days to bounce back. That shouldn't be happening. Emotionally, mentally, sometimes physically, because if you're like physically drained and you're like, I don't know why, but oh, I feel depressed, like, oh, it's probably because I hung out with this person. Well, let me experiment hanging out with a person that I do like hanging out with. Oh, my energy gets higher and boosts higher, and then you slowly start cutting the people that are like, emotional freaking leeches
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, because you start to realize in life that like you did,
Mm-hmm.
like you're talking about, you control who's in your life
Yes.
and who's in and out, and you can control the
Uh-huh.
energy in it. You
Yeah.
feel me? So
Because when you surround yourself with people that always boost your energy, you're gonna get higher, higher, higher.
yes.
And the opposite happens.
It all keeps coming back to energy.
Yeah.
I had a
energy.
It's all energy. I had a friend at my last job. He would always like fuck with me and be like, like, yo, you're so friendly, blah 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 blah, and or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I would just be like, it's my energy. It's turned into a phrase like in our friendship, like as a joke. Like, it's just my energy. And then like he would say to me like, if I say something funny or whatever, or like, oh, my manager laughed, like, and I'm like, yeah, you see, I told that funny joke. People are like, it's just your energy, bro. It's just your energy. And it'll turn into a thing. But then there'll be real times where we would really realize that, cause like it's almost tangible though. Like you can almost feel when a bad person is around you with bad energy.
You have to trust yourself though.
Yeah,
That's
for
the
sure.
key, because everybody experiences that. They know exactly what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Everybody. Like, whomever is listening now or later.
Yes.
Like, everybody knows that feeling where you're like, ooh, this person, like, I love being around this person. Why? Oh, I just get so happy all the time when I'm around this person. So I just want to spend as much time with this person because they're happy, I'm happy, we're all happy together.
Yes.
And then, but yeah, like, you know. But then, like, when you get around somebody that, I don't know, it's like a thing that we have to, like, we could trust ourselves when it comes to, like, good energy. But when we're around people that are clearly, like, energy leeches and they suck you dry, you start questioning yourself, like, oh, maybe it's me. Oh my god, like, maybe I'm depressed. Like, right. No, it's that person. Yeah. And it's okay to say it's that person. Like, it doesn't make you bad, like, a bad person or whatever. It's that person. So, like, you trust yourself when you're around this person and you're like, oh no, it's this person who has good energy. But then when you're around, like, people with sucky energy, you're afraid to say it.
Yeah, and I think a part of it.
And then you feel like you have to spend more time with that person. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Back! Like, no! You're like, I have to help them. No, you don't!
Yeah, you gotta help yourself.
They're sucking you dry. They have to help themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And people, I think one of the big pieces that people get caught up in.
That sounds terrible, actually. I feel like I should clarify. Go ahead.
You're good. I think one of the main things that gets hung up in that situation that people get is the fact that, like, they may love the person or feel strongly, and so they get hung up on that, like, well, they're being bad, or I feel like this, or why am I feeling like that, or I'm feeling down, but I love them though, so maybe it's me because I love them. There's love there. Like, no.
The best thing you can do for that person is to keep your energy high.
Yeah, and if they loved you, and if it was like,
they'll keep coming back.
Yeah.
They will keep coming. If you have good energy, they will keep coming back to you. Yes. They will keep reaching out, and each time, like, if you create boundaries, that person will try to figure out how to get past those boundaries. So they will start to change or do whatever they need to do, which will bring them in a better energetic state, so that they can be in your life.
Yep.
And if they don't, that's on them, and they're choosing that. But it's all the choice.
Yeah.
It's all the choice.
It's not. Yeah, it's all choice.
You have to protect yourself, because that's something that I've realized for myself. Like, I spend time with the people that I feel like there's reciprocity energetically. I'm giving energy, but I'm also getting energy. And that's what keeps me healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, all of the things. And that's what, like, I could keep going and doing all of the things. I feel like freaking Energizer Bunny with all of the things that I'm doing right now. But yeah, it's just like, but what I've noticed is like, because I realize my worth, my value, and my energy is everything, and my energy is what gets me into the right places with the right people at the right times. Uh, it's super important to keep my energy high for my success. So I don't have time to be around people that
Taking it
drain me.
away. Yeah, they're taking it away.
So like, and those people that used to drain me, like they've fallen off, or they've realized what's going on with themselves, and then they've checked themselves and they've brought themselves up. But it's all a self thing. Everybody's here for themselves. Like on this planet, you were born by yourself, you're gonna die by yourself. So it's all about you. Like your life, like my life is about me, your life's about you, everybody's life is about them.
Yes. You know? And it's like, how can we better it to make us all have a good life together? You feel me?
By taking care of yourself.
Yes. Yes. And loving those around you. Okay? Even on Halloween, okay? So if you're gonna scare somebody, do it safely. You feel me? No, but
and make sure you laugh.
Yes, yes.
A lot.
A lot, yes. So I mean, I guess before we wrap it up, give me a candy hot take, okay? What is the one candy you hate?
Oh.
And the one candy you love?
One candy I hate because I actually cracked my tooth on it as a kid.
Wait, is it
it cracked? Go ahead.
Jawbreaker?
No, it wasn't.
Oh fuck, I don't know that.
It was the sugar daddy candy.
Really?
Yeah, it was like the hard caramel thing. They used to. It was hard. I went to like bite into it literally. I think I was in kindergarten. No, I was in first grade. So it wasn't my permanent teeth, but it was like my baby tooth, and it was right in the front. I have freaking.
Oh, you were straight like a bunny rabbit.
I have freaking school pictures.
Oh.
I had to take a school picture with that freaking crack right down the center of my tooth. It's so disgusting. So forever in my life, I will never
have a sugar daddy.
ever have a sugar daddy again.
All you sugar daddies out
both kinds of sugar daddies. I will never have a sugar daddy.
Whatchamacallit? No, that's 100% validated. You got fucked up off of a piece of candy. I wouldn't go back to it either.
Now these teeth are permanent, so no, we're not doing that.
What would be the good, like, the top one, though, I guess?
God, I love candy. My go-to.
Yeah, I'm kind of ready for all this Halloween candy.
Probably Twizzlers.
Twizzlers, nice.
But the cherry kind.
Wait, as opposed to...
The pull-apart cherry kind, as opposed to the strawberry kind.
They do have okay,
yeah,
now you're fucking me up.
They have two different kinds.
Yeah, and you're fucking me up because now I don't know which one I like better. Wait, you said you like the cherry one?
The pull-apart ones
is
are the cherry.
Either one of them an original version or...
The strawberry.
I think I like the cherry one better too, though.
The skinny ones with like the... It looks like water or whatever on it. And, you know, you shake it, shake it.
That's the cherry.
That's the strawberry one. The ones that you can pull apart, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think those ones are the ones I like.
Those ones are cherry.
Okay, wow.
Those are my favorite.
Twizzler 101.
And also the little, what are they? The nibs? That sounds like such a...
Wait, what
I think that's what they're called.
Wait.
The Twizzlers nibs.
Oh, they have little pieces.
Yeah, the little
pieces. Oh, fuck. Okay, I didn't know that.
I
thought you were talking about like Milk Duds or something. I thought you went completely... I thought you went to
but those are cherries. Yeah, that's cherry too. Freaking nibs.
You know...
It's such a weird name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It sounds like a fucking like new rapper that just flopped. Young Nibs. Fuck, that's hilarious. No, I mean, before we get out of here, though.
Nib and his nibblies. Nibbly bits.
You were saying, no, you were telling us before we even got on camera about a showcase or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, before we get off, like, definitely like drop the information so people can come by.
If anybody wants to come, it's November 4th. I don't know when this is coming out.
Might fuck around and come out tonight. It's gonna be before that. Yeah, before that. Before that.
So November 4th, Original 13. And I believe it's Fishtown, Northern Liberty area, Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, come out. I'm gonna have not five. Oh my god, I just tried to limit myself. I'm gonna have 10 pieces.
10, double.
10 pieces of artwork. So I think there's gonna be like 2 or 3 of my larger ones, and then the rest are gonna be like medium to small size. But it's supposed to be me and one other artist, which is kind of a big deal for me because I'm like, because I thought it was gonna be like a bunch of us.
Right. Like,
but no, there's only gonna be 2 of us. So like, it's really focused. Like, yeah.
So is this come look at my art, watch my art, or is this come look at my art, buy my art? Like I'm coming regardless, but so people know.
If you want to buy it, come buy it.
Okay,
like
cool,
even if it's not on sale there, like. Come talk to me.
All right, cool.
Come talk to me. Slide me some digits.
Yes.
What are you thinking? Let's talk. I'm trying to be a full-time artist come next year. Like,
link
that's
it up.
The goal. Yeah.
Okay, so one last time. Wait, date November 4th?
November 4th.
And then time and address.
Ooh, it's probably gonna be in the evening.
I can put it on the fucking description too anyway.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that information. Yeah. But yeah. Definitely November 4th.
In Fishtown, Northern Liberty area.
Original 13.
There we go. This is going to be the first of many showcases. Come cop it before it's uncoppable from price. You know? So we're wrapping up there.
Yeah, right now it's going to be cheap.
Yeah. But good quality. But no, I appreciate you sliding by.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and spending time, passing time, kicking it. You already know. Yeah. Coda, I know you want to say bye.
What's up? Say hi.
There it is.
Say what up, dogs.